This is what it's about. You had $100,000. Now you're at $190,000. You got 20,000 profit. Now you've got 80,000 profit. This is what we do for businesses. Here, you've seen this before. It's my profit accelerator. Let's go with $100,000. Nice, easy math. Okay. So over here, annual revenue. By the way, anybody can get this. Anyone could use this. The website is atlanticbusinesscoaching.com, atlanticbusinesscoaching.com. And then you just put in right up here, the URL behind atlanticbusinesscoaching.com is /SIM, SIM. So that's how you get to this. You guys want to mess around with this on your own. It's atlanticbusinesscoaching.com /SIM. So what I'm going to do is show you something really cool. So you're going to come down here and you're going to put in, how much do you make a year? Well, let's say it's $100,000. Okay. 100,000. Let's say it costs you 50% to make your widgets, whatever you do. And let's say 20% of that is profit. You walk home with 20% profit. Okay. Your net margin. Well, remember, we talk about 12 elements of business. You to them blue in the face, always about 12 elements of business. So these are on this simulator. We're going to talk about these 12 elements. Okay. So down here, you see we got revenue of $100,000. And if you do 20% profit, well, you have $20,000 profit. All right. Y'all with me? That's why we're using round numbers, because it's easier to kind of keep up with this on a show like this. So here's your profit at $20,000 before we mess with things, and after. You're going to see the green go up. Here's your revenue, $100,000 before we mess with it, and then the green will show a rise in after. Valuation won't change, because valuation it won't change much, because we're not worried about how much your business worth. We're worried about how much revenue do you have before and after, and how much profit. Right now it's 20%. So this is, it's just numbers, folks. My numbers are very fun. They're very easy, but they're very, very powerful when you realize how little effort it takes into your business, if you're doing the right things, to get more profit. And more profit if you have the right business numbers, and you're right, your P&L's right, and your business are doing the right things with the lenders and all that stuff, then you have cash flow. Okay. Cash flow is what really keeps your business open, not profit. You can have all the profit in the world, but if your accounts payable isn't coming in time, no one's really paying you, well, then profits are just a number on a spreadsheet. So it's the cash flow that counts. But without the revenue, without the profits, without having your accounts actually paying you, if that's all that being equal, doing a couple little things like this could make the very, very big difference between hiring world-class leaders, giving bigger bonuses to your employees, giving more money to your community, having more money for your children to go on vacations with. All of that takes very little effort when you understand how all these work together. So I've showed you guys in the past by moving this slide bar, all the stuff that happens. We're not doing that today. We're going to do a couple things, just three line items that take very little effort. Okay. $100,000 in revenue, 20% profit. What would it take, people? And I want an honest answer, to increase your prices 5%. 5% is nothing. 5% is nothing. These days, how much is everybody raising their rates and prices? 20, 30%. You got to keep up with inflation. But let's say, you're making it 20% with inflation. If you increase your prices by 5%, you also did a little due diligence and made a bunch of phone calls, and you made some sacrifices, and you did some consolidation, and you did some negotiating. Could you get 5% of your cost cut? Okay. what could you find something to increase your upsells or cross sells 5%? These are things that are not going to cost you a lot of money, that isn't going to take a very long time, a couple of days max, to get your cost your cuts per month by 5%, increase your prices to your clients. 5% should not be a number that's even an issue these days, because everyone knows things are going up. And then finding a few more things to upsell, cross-sell, get a joint venture, something, 5% on another product, something like that. Adding value to your clients. Look down here. Look down here already. You went from, we have another 58% now. Okay. A total profit impact of $11,000. So when you were making 20,000 profit, now you're making $31,000 profit. Now, I know when I was doing those numbers, oh, Jeremy, making all excuses in the world, because excuses will get you exactly what you want, a big crying towel. But if you roll up your sleeves, you get down to business and find a way to increase your prices, find a way to cut some costs, find something that add value so you can do a better job with upselling, cross-selling, downselling, doing something. Look at the bottom line. That is a lot of extra money in your pocket. This is the difference between just barely making it and succeeding. Because here's the real magic of what we do here. These 12% are just the tip of the iceberg. They're the large, broad strokes, people. Watch this. We're going to do a deep dive. Deep dive. Those 12 items, actually, we do those, it becomes 40 items. So each of these items you can go deeper on. Okay? So now, when we start going deeper on these items, you're going to start seeing some real movement up here when you start doing a couple of other things across the board here. When you start moving these little numbers here, 1%, 2%, 2% across the board, when we start looking at these numbers, especially doing the deep dives that we do, you just doubled, right? Your revenue and your profits are through the roof. So you doubled, you go from 100,000 to 190, all right, let's call it 200,000, but you've quadrupled your profits. This is not magic. This is not fake voodoo math. This is very simple math using elements that you probably haven't thought of implementing in your business ever, a lot of these things. Or if you thought of them, you haven't gone out and learned about them, or if you have, you haven't paid attention to them. You haven't optimized them. This is what it's about. You had $100,000. Now you're at $190,000. You got 20,000 profit. Now you've got 80,000 profit. This is what we do for businesses. And is it easy? No, but it's very simple. Thanks for watching that video segment. If you enjoyed it and like to see more content just like that one, click over here. If you'd like to see that video in its entirety, click over here. Thank you.